In today's guide, we look at the new city builder phenomenon, City Skylines, and the steps necessary to obtain the Metropolis achievement, which requires a population of 100,000. First, let's keep in mind that this title is from the city builder family, which is known for its AI bugs pertaining to traffic, trade, and general stability, all of which also affect cities. With that in mind, we turn to the fact that traffic is the main driving force behind success in this game. However, and this should be stressed, the city can still obtain a very high population with poor design and maintenance of traffic. It will just add more time. Unlike Banished and SimCity, there are no actual disasters or epidemics to kill off your population. So slow traffic and thus slow growth are technically okay. Well-designed traffic will still be a lifesaver though. As city services will run much more efficiently, your population will live longer, and less buildings will burn down or be abandoned. Keep in mind that there are several means of public transportation that can aid in the reduction of traffic on the roads. Also, be creative with unique roads. One-ways and roundabouts can be highly effective with proper placement. Walking trails for pedestrians can also cut down on general traffic. When zoning industrial, make sure to have some sort of population nearby and keep a lookout for natural resources. A well-designed city will have several areas of industry, with as much diversity as the map will allow, including timber, agricultural, generic, oil, and or industrial zones. Remember that with proper imports, you do not even have to build oil or industrial buildings over those resources, as they can be easily imported on the game's global market. Speaking of imports and exports, make sure to keep an eye on how many import buildings you have created, most notably the cargo train and cargo ship buildings. At this time, there seems to be no way to fly cargo in via the airport, something I hope they look forward to in the future. Hint hint, modders. These import buildings will be vital to your industrial zones as they need raw resources to turn into finished goods to sell at both high and low density commercial zones. In essence, your entire city depends on a good system of shipping resources and goods in and out. We should take note that no matter what buildings are in play, the highway always acts as a system for trade, but bad traffic on the highway will lead to decreased productivity. As one advances further in the game and reaches the population milestones the game has provided, city permits and policies will be unlocked that can change the way a city functions and grows. I found some of these to be very useful and others not so much. As far as city planning goes, the residential modern homes is a great choice to make mid-game for those with spare income. It will immediately level most non-maxed houses within seconds, which in turn affects other buildings around those houses that will grow based on the increased land value. The upgrades for low and high density commercial buildings are also good, and allow 2 times the amount of sales for both commercial zones for a small upkeep. The upkeep is 4 cents a building for high density, and 2 cents for its smaller brother. Beyond planning, we can look at policies, which can be applied to the city as a whole or to individual districts. Some decent ones to examine include the recreational use policy, which allows for more tourism and less crime, as well as more income from taxes. Parks and recreation is also a great choice for anyone with more than a few parks in their city, and will increase the land value from parks at a very respectable rate. The power and water usage policies can be helpful if you find yourself in need of reserving energy, or just have some extra money to throw at these problems. The other policies may be worth looking into, and if you think they are worthy of being included in all cities, please make note and add them in the comments below. Also, remember to have enough of any given city service in your city and outlying districts. These will keep your city healthy, crime-free, protected from fire, and will even offer a resting place for the dead. Things go badly when these services are not available. Finally, let's look at the slightly uncertain nature of parks. Parks, along with city service connections, are by far the best way to increase land value in an area, and almost all buildings, even generic industry, are affected by the land value that they are built on. Note that specialized industry is always max level and thus not affected by land value. With that being said, up until the making of this video, parks have had a negative impact on commercial demand, one that I had been unaware of until reading patch notes. However, with the huge nerf the developers recently made, you can now have a plethora of parks without the plunge of commercial demand that many of us saw in the first few days of the game's release. This should make growth from a medium-sized city into a metropolis much easier to obtain, as all 3 zoning types rely on one another for proper growth. Good luck on getting your city to 100,000 inhabitants. If you thought this video was helpful, please like and subscribe. If you thought anything was left out or just plain wrong, make sure to post in the comments below. To watch me live, check out my Twitch channel posted below or on my YouTube homepage. Or look me up on Twitter at CardiganJTV.